The new Mantis X10 firearms performance system has all the goodness of the original, plus holster draw analysis and recoil analysis. It's a fantastic upgrade and I recommend it highly.
Hey guys, this is Mantis Dry Fire Mondays, and I know a lot of you have been working on your scores, really trying to improve them on the Mantis, and one thing that can make a huge difference, especially when you're really working on getting in the high 90s, is the way that you grip the gun. I have some very strong opinions about grip, and with good reason. I've spent my whole life in combat sports, and I'm also a strength and conditioning coach, so I probably look at gripping a gun very different than everybody else. Most people think about how they learned on the gun and how they interface with the gun, but let's talk about how the body works. You have three types of grips. Okay? Everybody has three types of grips. One is the crush grip. So if you're going to crush a soda can or you're going to crush somebody's hand when you shake hands with them, that's a crush grip. All right. A pinch grip is what we use to throw a football, where the thumb is extended and the other fingers pinch between it, or maybe we're going to lift a plate and carry it. That's a pinch style grip. And then the last one is a support grip, where we do carrying some groceries or carrying farmer's carries. It's kind of a relaxed hook position where the hand does some work. So we've got to think about how we can make our grip stronger on the gun. Primarily, we need to have leverage on the gun so it doesn't lift this way, because that's where most of the force is. We'd also like to isolate our right and left from it. And what we're trying to do is get our whole body behind the gun, but it starts with the hands. They're the ones that are going to grip it. Okay? People talk about the thumbs a lot, but let's really identify what the thumbs do. If I've got a correct modern firearm grip, that means the only place that one thumb can push into is from the right hand, because the support hand thumb's on the wrong side. It cannot pinch. So I only have one thumb anyway. Okay? And then if I put them both down, I'm not necessarily making it stronger. I'm actually pushing my hands apart if I cross over or push down. So my thumbs don't matter nearly as much here. There's a very good paper, you guys can look it up. It is a comparison of grip strength using 6 different grip methods, and they give some percentages in there. The thumb is about 17% of your total grip strength out of 100, so it's not very much. Okay, the index finger is right around 22%, and then everything from there is really important. We've got 31% in the middle finger, and the bottom 2 fingers are put together, and they're about 29%. So right here is 60% of your grip strength. Okay, and then we add another one, so we have over 80% here. So this guy's really not doing a whole lot. All right, we got to focus on these. But a lot of times, depending on the size of your hand or the type pistol you're shooting, your pinky may not even be involved. That's why you always end up with a small pistol and you got to get the pinky extender on it, because you can't grip the gun very well without your pinky on it. All right, so let's think about how to grip these guns. I'm going to use something different than a gun to show you. This would be the pinch method from side to side, where I'd be trying to squeeze, and it's not particularly strong. And anybody who saw me holding a ball like this would be, what's wrong with your grip? Okay. What I want to do is I want to take all these fingers and really squeeze it in. So grab a tennis ball, grab a handball, grab a physio ball, whatever you got, and squeeze it as hard as you can, and then really engage each finger. Try taking your middle finger off and feel how much strength you lose. And then you can't take you can take your pinky off, but it's really hard to get your ring finger out without your pinky. That's why they're compared together. Then take your index finger off. I get a lot of strength out of this. This is a constant across weapon arts. So whether you're using a stick or whether you're using a sword, whether you're using a gun, we're always emphasizing these. Same thing in jiu-jitsu, because it was based off of sword art, is really gripping with the bottom part. Now let's talk about how the rest of the grip works. Grip is a function not only of hand strength, but forearm strength. Okay? So if you watch my forearms, when I move my hand, you can see all those muscles engaging. So I'm squeezing with this whole part of it. And then what I want to do is I want to get all these stabilizer muscles nice and tight. So under my armpit, I'm going to squeeze down, and I'm going to engage my rotator cuffs in the back. There's really not a rotator cuff. There's 4 muscles, and they should be strengthened too, because they'll really help you control right and left and stabilize the position. Let's grab a gun and look at this now. Okay, got a SIRT pistol here, non-functioning firearm. All right. So when I go to make the grip, these fingers are going to be relaxed, because primarily all I want this finger to do is that. And it needs to be relaxed enough. If I squeeze this really hard and it gets a lot of tension, it's hard to move that finger. So I'm going to grip the gun firmly, but not too tight with the trigger finger hand, with the primary hand. But the support hand, hence its name, is going to come in, and the index finger is going to lay over my middle finger. Everything's going to get as tight as it can, and I'm going to get pinky strength, I'm going to get ring finger strength, I'm going to get middle finger strength. As soon as I do that, I'm going to engage my forearms, and I'm going to squeeze my armpits, and I'm going to get my body into it. Now I've got good leverage behind the gun. And then I can press the trigger basically as fast as I want and the gun barely moves. Let's look at it from the side. We're not getting a lot of movement there. So if I was making a Mantis shot and I'm trying to be very precise, I get a really good grip. And that's how I work it. So let's focus on these bottom three, which are a large majority of your strength. If you get all four of these fingers working, you got over 80% of your strength involved in it now, okay? And that's going to give you a lot of ability to really squeeze down. It's not quite 80%, but close enough. We're really squeezing down, I guess it is, all right? And getting that percentage there. Percentages don't really matter. It's a measuring device. Remember, use your whole body when you do it. The big problem with the thumb is it's not really in line, so it's hard to get a good squeeze with it. Once it's out of line with something, that's why in jiu-jitsu, you know, we use a monkey grip a lot, or we use a gable grip where we put our fingers together like this. You can't do that on a pistol, but what we're doing is these three are primarily the only ones, so we only have 7 fingers gripping the gun. Index fingers pressing the trigger. This thumb really can't add very much, but a little bit, and this one's just floating because it can't press into it. And that's how you're going to get a better grip strength. Really work it, see if it makes a difference with it. Use your whole hand, use your whole body, get leverage behind the gun, get everything lined up, get all the structure lined up, and then take this hand and really focus on those bottom 3 fingers and see if you don't see an instant result. If you do it correctly, you're going to get a big improvement on your scores, almost instant, and it'll be consistently there. You're going to see it every time you press the trigger. What will tell you if you're doing it the right way? Watch the sights, as always. If I got a proper amount of grip pressure, I'm just going to see very little movement in the sights. All right, guys, that's your tip for today. Getting working on that. Start strengthening your forearms. Start strengthening your hands. Start strengthening your shoulders. Start strengthening the muscles behind you that you can't see. All right, those 4 muscles that comprise our rotator cuff need to be strengthened as shooters. Get your core strong. Get a good stance. Get your whole body behind the gun. Create leverage. Then apply the mechanical advantage by squeezing with the proper grip that works on a firearm. You're going to see a tremendous improvement in consistency in your shooting across the board. All right, I'm Brian Hill with the Complete Combatant. Remember, subscribe, hit the like button. Thank you, Active Self-Protection, as always. It's a pleasure to be here. I look forward to your comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You guys get to work.